surprise cow. Yeah, you pretty good again. You made your mom look thick.
Hi, welcome to another adventure at Weaver Stonehouse Farm. Today, we are gonna freeze dry some of this liquid gold. This is colostrum. We had a calf born and she had some trouble latching on nursing. So we had to run out and buy colostrum replacer and all the necessary things we needed for that until we could get her latched on. In the meantime, we did milk out her mama some to get some of the colostrum, and we're gonna freeze dry it so we have it on hand for the next time. Now they do.
Like milk?
And calf was delivered out on the snow. A little bit of a surprise this morning in 20 degrees. She's warmed up. We had to tube feed her to get her going. So we're still trying to get her latched on to nurse. And she has no desire yet to nurse. So we're going to let her get nice and hungry. But we're trying to get some milk, some colostrum off of mom. I'm just going to start by taking a weight of my empty trays, how much colostrum I have, and a final weight. So I have it recorded so that whenever I pull these trays out and I smash up the powder, I know exactly how much liquid needs to go back in to get it a precise mixture. Okay, so I swirled this. Now usually I like to put the trays in the freeze dryer and then dump it in, but it's not a full quart, so it's a little bit easier. Okay, so my total weight is 38.8 ounces. Okay. So I'll put this in the freeze dryer and I'll be back, and we're just going to repeat this process. We're also going to set the temperature of the freeze dryer down. It processes it by freezing and drying and sucking out the moisture. So I don't want to destroy all the nutrients that are in this colostrum. So I'm going to set that temperature down to like 90 degrees so it doesn't overheat it.
Okay, and what do you got here?
This is just my chart. What kind of colostrum it was. This was the first day. The total is 38.8 ounces, the tray weight. So this will help me figure out how much liquid or water to put back in with it to reconstitute it.
Huh.
I'm going to start by going into my settings and setting my dry temperature down. Oh, it was up. To low, like 90 degrees. It's going to take longer to dry, but it's going to preserve the properties of the colostrum. Okay, so I'm going to let that start and go prepare my tray. My freeze dryer trays can comfortably hold a little bit over a quart of liquid. Now the problem is trying to put the liquid in and carry it to the freeze dryer without spilling any. So rather than weighing this, since this is pretty full, I'm just going to weigh my jar. That's 42.9 ounces. And then I'm going to go dump this in while it's in the machine and come back and weigh the empty jar and subtract that. Okay, so rather than trying to juggle a full tray, I'm just going to in like that.
Slowly.
Slowly.
This is why having that kind of mostly level is important.
Slowly in. Okay, and then we'll go weigh our jar and see how much colostrum's actually on that tray. Okay, so my empty jar weighs 14.1, so I have 28.8 ounces of colostrum. So now we have our precise measurement.
Okay, how's that one look? We didn't shake it yet.
Yeah, this is a little bit later milk. This is more milk than colostrum, so you can see the cream line there. So we're gonna call that 2 cups-ish. And I'm gonna date that 1/19/25. Now that one, I'm perfectly comfortable carrying that tray. Carefully. And we have a 4 tray, so my trays are labeled top, middle, and bottom. Okay, and we're gonna do that again.
And what do you have it set here?
I have this set to 90 degrees, so I had to go into the settings and lower the drying temperature so it wouldn't go too hot.
Okay.
I pulled my colostrum out of the freeze dryer and it is nice and dry. So I'm gonna weigh these and get the finished weight to see how many ounces we have lost. Okay, so this is 27.6 ounces. Okay. Can I have the other trays? Okay. This is 28.2. Okay, can you grab me the third one? Now this one, I don't quite know. We have a bubble, and I'm not quite sure why we have the bubble. If anything, I'm going to want to say that this was the sugar content of the milk. This was on day 2 after the calf was born, so I don't know if the sugar content changed, but it definitely looks like it. So, and this one was 29.9 ounces. So we'll go ahead then and we will scrape these up, powder them, and throw them into jars.
Hang on, there.
Is this the bottom tray or the top?
No. That
This-
one, that's the colostrums over there.
That's the top. Okay, so this is the bottom tray. Okay, so this is peeling up pretty easily. We're just going to put it in the bag to crush it up and then throw it in a jar. You could also do this in your food processor or in a Mylar bag, but it crushes up very easily. Okay, and I'm just going to repeat that process with my other trays. And just crush this up so it will go into a jar. So my colostrum is now jarred up. I have instructions on the lids, day 1 colostrum. I have the date. Add 10.6 ounces water by weight. And when I get my jar vacuum sealer out, I'm going to seal these and we'll put them in a cool, dark place for storage. I thought about doing them in Mylar, but the Mylar bags that I have right now are not the best quality. I've had some issues with them. So I'd rather just, sacrifice the jar and use the jar. So we'd love if you could like this video and follow along to see what we're doing next time here on the farm.